All right, so web hosting. I get this question a lot. What web host should I use? Problem is, there's no good answer. Uh, they're interesting. I would love to try that out, the Google thing. Amazon, I have familiarity with. The problem with Amazon is it's not really for the novice. I mean, it's not for somebody who isn't like doesn't. You have to like learn their lingo, which is annoying. They don't use the common standard lingo. I mean, they do, but it's behind a layer of their lingo. They have all their own things. And there's all these people trying to. Definitely not them. I will name names once. Not them. Well, they're not that bad, but nah. The thing is, these domain name companies, they all like figured out, hey, we'll just have a hosting company like hooked up to our domain name thing. And the problem with that is it's typically not very good. First thing I would say is make sure the server is in the country of the area. Like, let's say if you're in Europe, somewhere in Europe, and if that's your customer base. If you're in America, I just tell everybody to have it based in America because most people I know are selling shit to America. But I've worked with people in other parts of the world, and I just say have it there. Like in Australia, but that's like a big market too. But the problem with the hosting companies is you get a hosting company. It sounds good, and everything's peachy. In fact, that's one reason why you might want to go with these bigger companies. These guys, I've done them. They're whatever. They all have these great deals to get you started, and typically they give you like a year of like almost free hosting or something, and then it's like this high fee after that. And their gamble is you're not going to move your website, and you don't want to move nobody wants to move their website. That's like a hard thing to do. Like I move websites, and it's not easy. Lots of shit goes wrong. There's all kinds of upgrade issues. But the bigger problem for like a little bit more mid-sized businesses, let's say, is that you get to this situation where you find a good hosting company, and I'm not going to name names with this thing, because this is like more. These are like bigger companies that host medium-sized companies' websites, and I've had experience with many of them. And the thing about it is you get a hosting company, everything seems fine. A year and a half or two goes by, maybe 3, and then they get bought out. And then somebody like these private equity companies, I don't know who does it, but they buy them out, maybe fire half the staff, outsource it to some other country. Nothing against foreign people, but it's better to have people that you can talk to that are like local and know it's just better, to deal with people that like already know English on your level, like for instance. And it used to be like, say in the mid 2000s, I could pick up the phone with some of these companies, nothing on this page. And, none of these guys are even in the top level search results, but they're big. And I could get like very experienced senior level Unix guru, God-like level people. They could fix a problem in 5 minutes that, would have taken me 2 weeks. And it was free, They had support. It was awesome. I don't see it that much these days. It's like nowadays it's like you submit a ticket and then like you wait like 2 days. I used to be able to just call the person directly. Not directly, but I would call and they'd be like, they'd have a receptionist that would like get me in touch with like somebody who knew what was going on, like knew everything, and they were willing to help and very helpful. That shit's cool. I'm sure it's out there, but like I said, a company will get really good and then like they'll sell, and you can't blame them because like, I just built this company and it's worth like $50 million and I'm selling it and I'm going to go freaking drink martinis the rest of my life on the beach. I'm not blaming them, the people that do that, but what happens to us, the people that use these sites, is that the quality goes down. And so there really isn't a hosting company to recommend. It's like you're always like shuffling around. Like it's a tough question, That's why when I hear that question, I'm like, oh fuck, And I have to I'm working with somebody right now, and I've picked the best thing I could pick. This is what I would do, I'm not saying it's going to be perfect because it's just a matter of time, till something. I don't know with these guys that I picked. I'm not going to name it, but I'm not an affiliate or anything. But and like I don't want to recommend it to like and then have like that. What happens is what I'm talking about happen where like they kind of just sell out and then they degrade their support and then they just gamble that they just burn through the company. Like they just gamble, like they turn it to shit, and then they just gamble. Like you're not going to move. It's like a slumlord, like an internet slumlord. That's what it is, dude. Now that I think about it, yeah, that's what I call it, internet slumlords. They just don't care and they don't put any quality into it, and so you're fucked. And then you got to be so. It's important as it is to pick a good hosting company, and there's a lot of reasons to do that. Or there's a lot of I can't just say this is the best hosting company. There's just no way to answer that. I mean, you have to know what are you trying to do? So, but it's also important to be like, what happens if I have to move? What if these guys suck? It's like, what if the neighborhood turns to shit? Kind of thing. You have to like think that way, and a lot of businesses don't. People are way too busy, and I don't want to add stress to your already stressful life. But as somebody who knows about this stuff, I would say that like you have to pay attention to it or pay somebody to, whatever. Obviously, if you're in it for yourself, like a lot of people I know do it all themselves, and they just talk to me for like little bits and bops, and I get paid here and there, which is fine. I mean, I get it. That's what I would do. But yeah, you got to watch out for this. You get on one of these sites, or you get on one of these hosting companies, and everything seems cool, and you got to watch the fee thing, and you got to watch the is the quality of the support you're getting being degraded? Are you getting these stupid people in chat that don't know anything going, oh, I'm sorry, we'll get back to you. We'll give it to a senior tech. And then the senior tech points to a Google search. It's like, that shit never used to happen. But yeah, it does now. But, all these deals where it's like so cheap, usually they want you to pay a year up front. What I used to do is like, I don't even have any websites, but what I used to do was, I would like buy one of those cheap, hosting plans and then just move. I buy 2 years in advance. And then when the 2 years came up that they were gambling, I wasn't going to move and I was going to start paying $50 a month or something. And then I just move everything, to another one of those kind of shit hosting companies, but they're all slow and stupid. They're not, I mean, they're okay if you just want a web page up, like it's 1996, bubble letters, Andy. But, yeah, it's just this thing. You got to be like nimble, ready to move. That's really like the best answer. But yeah, pick the best one that seems pretty good for now, and then just think like in 2 years I might have to move the whole thing, and think about what that means, and just be ready for that. That's the best I can offer at this point.